Welcome back to Rise of Prussia Gold, my friends, and you've come just in time to potentially raise a little bit more money. We have 424 per turn. I think that's actually sufficient for now, but we want to continue our conflict with Austria. Now, of course, the idea here is to take Saxony, this area here. We have managed to beat several Austrian armies. If you haven't seen that, I'd highly recommend you check out the first part of this particular campaign. And if you do want us to make an entire campaign of this, it's 170-something turns, make sure to hit that like button, drop a comment down below, and, of course, subscribe if you haven't already. Now, these guys are retreating. We are actually staying over here with Heinrich Fuchs forces. It's a 35% penalty, so I do want to break them up, and we'll probably take these dragoons and separate them. They were separate before, and I think maybe it was a mistake ever putting them in this group anyway. Let's take a look. We'll eventually just try to break these guys up so that there's no command penalty on any real side. So even separating, for instance, this unit might be a okay idea while we sort of figure out what we want to do with these guys. Oh, maybe he needs that general. You know what? Let's try this. Still that 35% penalty. That finally lowered it, but that's surprising. It's quite a small force with only a 20% penalty. We'll just use it to pretty much pick up any regions around that we can. But for now, I'm going to leave those guys there. Now, of course, the Leopold Gessler unit is coming back to Kossel. Hopefully they can make it back, and we've got a ton going on here. The most important thing is to take Pirna, and also we're moving one of our generals over here. We're actually moving James Keith just to take this area and put it under our control, because we want to have this entire area controlled when we actually beat the Austrians. I'm not sure it's important to take this tile, but we might try anyway. I'm also looking just to see if any of our armies have unlocked yet, but that's going to take a little bit longer. This is quite a slow campaign, but once it actually gets started, it gets pretty crazy. Here we go, guys. Fingers crossed. Do well in battle. All right, another attack by the enemy here as we're retreating. The question is, can we get away from Königgrätz? I don't know. Come on, boys. Let them have it. They're not even giving us a chance to escape. We have to fight back with ferocity. Alright, a beautiful Prussian victory. Now, we definitely lost more men than the enemy did, with 3,742 lost. But they also had pretty nasty casualties, and the important thing is we're going to be able to get away from General Piccolomini, this Italian general. Also took a few of them prisoner. Not too shabby. Alright, we've got to respond here to Chemnitz. Just pretty much an attack by Rudolf Geisruck, just sort of a skirmish attack, if you want to call it that. We definitely don't want them taking the... I believe we also now have the supply depot built, if I'm not mistaken. We at least ordered it built last turn. Yes, beautiful. So now we can actually move out with the supply depot, but we can also separate these two generals. So let me try to do that. Get this guy stacked as best I can. Although it looks like we're going to have to increase the command here of this general. For now, I'm just going to go ahead, keep this guy here. Von Brunswick, maybe we should keep them together for now. Eventually we'll separate them, but I do need the assistance of just about everybody. And that general has not yet gone to this area, so I'm going to do it for him. Move over here. I would have preferred to go to this fort, but I don't think we're in that situation. Then again, 9 days to get there. It's pretty good. It's a tough decision because, of course, the enemy could continue attacking us here, but we do have a few militia units that I hope are sufficient for getting the Geisbruck Brigade, knocking them out of the fight. Alright, this is looking okay. So we are finally getting back with Gessler's column. I would stop here, but winter is here. This is an especially cold zone, so we want to get back, and then we will start setting up supply depots, etc. In fact, we could get those supply depots under construction now. I think we might even have some here in this area. since we have a military, military control of the area and a bit of a stockhold. Now, what I'll do is take Glad's. No, I don't think I'm going to do much with him. We'll keep him here. We'll decide what to do with him later. For now, he's not going to be very effective. Although, maybe we can take this fellow. And I'm going to try to bring him back here. It's going to take 48 days, which is quite a while. But I can't leave with Prince Wilhelm, and I really can't leave with King Friedrich. These guys are the ones leading this assault against the city itself. So until they're able to break through, I don't think I feel comfortable getting away from the area here with them. We've got to keep them there. And we do have guys like this, the West Pomeranian Reserve. This is nice, even though it's got a 35% penalty. We can fix that later, and let's just try to bring them down over here, at least close to the Elbe. We could also order them to force march, but I don't think that's necessary. It's not going to make that much of a difference. And let's just hope that we take the city of Pirna next turn. Everybody is on the attack, but of course they either have to surrender or we have to storm the ramparts. Thinking that maybe this turn we might be able to do that. Just hoping that that enemy cavalry or skirmish unit can't just move through our lands and take everything. Let's see. Austrians, we mean business. Especially winter. Yeah, they've absolutely set up fortifications. Now that we control all of the locations around here, I'm hoping this doesn't count as one of them. Just to make sure we're going to send that general there. And I'll actually send Keith's force. Actually, we're going to keep Keith right here. I think it's going to be pretty important. Now, we could form an army with James Keith here. Less seniority than other unassigned generals. Wilhelm von Prussen expects to receive command of the next available army. Now, I'm very new to this sort of aspect of the game. I'm going to try and see what that does. If you guys think it's a terrible idea, let me know, and we'll immediately fix it. But essentially, it starts a new army over here. Instead of just King Friedrich, we now have James Keith leading an army too. So that's pretty cool. We would be nice to actually get him some more units. But for now, we can't do much of that. We need to stick around here and make sure that the enemy does not return and doesn't try to do anything sneaky, let's say, in this area. Now, Leopold von Gessler, we could attempt an attack with him again. Maybe we go for a slightly different approach with von Gessler. So you know what I'm going to do? I'm actually going to stay over here outside of that tile and see if the enemy will react to us. But it looks like von Gessler, if you look at his morale here, etc., the reinforcement rate of his men, he absolutely needs to stay here a few more turns and just recover as much as possible. It looks like we've got a few available replacements. So in this game, there are other Age Gods games where you can actually purchase replacements, and you can purchase them here too. But as you can see, we're going to automatically be getting quite a number of replacements if we stay put. So it's especially important for us right now to stay put, I believe. We could also go ahead and get some soldier training, but you can see how much this costs. It would essentially cost all of the thalers, or the gold that we have right now, just to get that training, so I'm not going for it. We might get back to it eventually, but for now, I'm going to say no. I'm also tempted to take this cavalry unit. Just see if we can kind of cut a little swathe through the enemy lines. And once again, we're still trying to besiege Pirna. We've got everybody on the attack. Let's just hope that this time they will truly go for an assault. We're just going to do an all-out attack at this point and proceed. Let's do it, boys. This would finally allow Saxony as long as none of the Austrian units move into any of those tiles. Oh, not good. But it certainly looks like he was about to. Winter, of course, getting pretty bad here, so we're going to move these guys back. And look at that. He's looking beautiful, Leopold von Gessler. Now, I'm not sure I want to move him during the winter. This is another issue here. You know, moving this unit during the winter could cost him his life. So we won't do that. Well, I'm starting to think now we need to continue pushing on these enemy positions. So I'm going to move the Kongslich army during wintertime. That's right. And over here, I'm going to move Ferdinand von Brunswick to Pirna. Hopefully, maybe, he'll be able to finally break through this area. Our units have been here for so long, but they just haven't been able to break through this damn place. So hopefully this is really the spark we needed for that to occur. You know what? Yeah, I don't know, man. Moving during winter is pretty risky. But you know what? We've got to keep pushing. Let's... No. Stay put. This is not the kind of game to rush. That's why we take quite a while with our turns here. And in this case, with wintertime, especially since a few of these Grenadier units and regular units are still damaged, we should stay here another turn. We should just stay here at least one more turn. In fact, we're going to have them enter the structure, essentially this military fort here. All right. Okay, we've got a few Austrian armies mustering here. That is a cause for Italy take Saxony this time. Let's take a look. Nope, she is still under enemy control, as far as I can tell. Yeah, absolutely. What we are going to do, we're going to take Ferdinand von Brunswick. We're going to head out here. And I'm just going to keep him on offensive posture and sustained attack. And with the Kongsrika army, we're going to do the same thing. We're going to move over here. I'm hoping that that's where the enemy will be moving this turn. If that occurs, it's going to be pretty good for us, I believe. And let's see if we have any more units here. Nope. Just make sure. We do have that 3-star general. We'll put him over here with the cavalry. And we go for direct attack. All-out attack here. And actually, with this general, I'll at least take this space back from the enemy. That hopefully will do a little bit. Sort of mitigate our losses. And we'll take this guy, go over here. Come on, boys. Break through, for goodness sakes. We've been trying to break through this place for so long. Let's make it happen. Here we go, guys. Hopefully, this will be the strike that cracks me. And what's most important is that the Austrians aren't would allow them to essentially liberate Saxony. We can't have that. Okay, so actually an attack over here at Königgrätz. So our attempt at moving against the enemy in this sector. Those losses on the enemy side. Come on, boys. It's a Prussian defeat. What a shame. I was just seeing all those men dropping, but we didn't manage to break through. Now, and like last time, I think I'm going to stay here. I'll try to get a supply depot built with that second general. In fact, I should have done that before, in between the cities we have here and the battle site of Königgrätz Fortress. And still no take of this city. We still haven't taken Pirna. It's pretty amazing. However, I'm now going to take Prince Ferdinand. I'm going to move him into the enemy's area here, and I'm going to take the Konglika army and move over here. So we're sort of advancing a little bit southwards, and hopefully we come into contact with more of the enemy forces. Now, if Gessler could build a supply depot, that would be perfect. Unfortunately, he cannot. Might also just be the region itself, which doesn't allow it. But instead of running right back, I'm going to run here to this region and see if perhaps I can build a supply depot here. If not, then we'll come up with a new idea, a new plan. Alright. Okay, I guess we must have taken this. We have the Austrian army represented in Friedrich's army, so we must have taken this city at some point. I think what we're going to do here is start branching out from Saxony. We'll call it a victory, but we didn't get that victory message. I'm not sure what that means. What I will do is I'm actually going to head this way. So we're going to try to get on this side of the enemy force, although I don't want to go that way. I want to go this way. So let's move here first. Then we'll try to attack Piccolini's column. And with the king, I'll actually also move over here and try and start an attack. I know right now our focus should probably be building depots, etc. You know what? That's what we're going to do. Keep the king here. Build a depot. He's good for something. No, I'm just kidding. Friedrich is the best. Here we go, guys. End the turn. Wish us the best of luck. I think hopefully we can the Saxon area, and we don't have to worry about it anymore, but let's hope that doesn't suddenly reveal that the fortress is still under enemy control. Okay, an easy steal there. The enemy was not full control over it. That's definitely one of my sort of big goals, is get full control over the Elba. Let's see. Nope, 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 nope. He can't build a damn thing, this man. Poor Gessler. Alright, we're gonna have to move you back, buddy. You know what? Especially with winter, I'll keep you here. Or let's at least move back into our own territory. No, we would have to go through this snowy hellscape, and that's never a good idea. It's absolutely ours, guys. Pirna is under our control. So one more push, one more major push, and I think this time westwards is the way we want to go. But it is winter time. Well, they'll never expect us coming. Here we go, guys. This is going to be a hell of a push. Maybe not a very successful one. And let's see if any of our other allies have unlocked yet. I don't think so. I think that's going to only happen 1758. Maybe even a little bit later. Alright, folks. Here we go. The Great 1757 January Offensive. Is it a terrible idea? Let us know in the comments down below. I always appreciate the feedback, as even at this point, I don't fully understand this. Okay, beautiful. Oh, not so beautiful. It's a stalemate. Should have been a definite victory at Carlsbad. But okay. I think it's... And this is Prague. This is extremely well defended by the enemy, and why wouldn't it be? This is a major, major city. Of course, now in Hungary, but this is a major city to the Austrians. So I think we continue with the Wilhelm's column, or we stop here, and you know what? Probably a good idea. We get a depot going immediately. Try and supply ourselves quickly. And as for the Koenig's army, he's looking okay, but again, could also use a depot. So just trying to pretty much build a number of locations here where we can resupply, get reinforcements, etc. While also perhaps taking some more territory. I'm not sure. Should we try and take Prague now, or should we pull back and potentially just keep moving westwards, taking all these easy sort of cities? Let me know down below in the comments. I think I'm also going to be going for Eger here. It's not as strong as Prague, but it's also not nearly as valuable. We'll see where this goes, but I think so far a fascinating fight, and let's just get another look there. New look at the casualties. So 21,371 casualties on our side, nearly 40,000 casualties on the enemy side. Pretty cool, guys. Thanks again for watching, guys. Hit that like button, drop a comment down below, and subscribe if you haven't already. And Einzel's brigade just received some mounted Jaegers. It also looks like von Wittengau can finally move. This is pretty cool. So now we've got an entirely new army over here. What are we going to do with them? I think we need to bring them down to assist Königliche Armee right there, and potentially take all of this territory from the enemy. Let's hope so, folks.